Fighters of the 3rd Assault Brigade of the Ukrainian Armed Forces have cleared Kopanki village of Kharkiv region from the invading Russian army and captured 7 soldiers. The Russian prisoners said that they served in the 1st Tank Troops of the Russian Armed Forces, adding that they were sent from prison to the army. The soldiers of the occupying army added that they were suffering from lack of ammunition. Nevertheless, they must advance forcefully, otherwise they might be shot by their commanders if they retreat.
Мой позывной ВАР, я командир 2-го механизированного батальона 3-й отдельной штурмовой бригады. Вы с какого все подразделения? Первая танковая. Это ж хваленая первая танковая армия. Теперь хотелось бы услышать вечное вот это нытье, почему вы попали сюда. Расскажите, как тяжело вам было, что вас призвали?
Нет, мы последствия.
Последствия.
Вы бывшие заключенные?
Да.
Все?
Нет, я последствием был.
А какие статьи?
У меня 4 эпизода по лишению прав и телесных повреждений.
Ты?
Телесных повреждений.
Ты что, кому ты мог нанести телесные повреждения? Бабушку побил? Как давно зашли в тот населенный пункт, в котором вас взяли?
3 года назад.
Слушайте, ну нюансы все, во-первых, запечатлить. Вас кто-то издевался, бил?
Нет, нет, нормально.
Вы проходили на позиции, там куча ваших пацанов лежит, мужиков, пацанов.
Да.
Горы трупов. Ради чего, я не могу понять. Вы видели сегодня средний возраст парней, которые вас брали в плен и штурмовали населенный пункт?
Да.
Ну какой средний возраст, чтоб я не подсказывал? Пример.
35, 40 лет.
Ну, из тех, которые шли. А были 25-летние пацаны. И другая группа, она вся из 23, которая подпирала. Мы же просто там некоторые моменты понимаем, знаем и все остальное, когда вам просто говорят, у людей закончилась БК, то есть у вас. И вы говорите, нам надо отойти пополниться, у вас приказ только вперед, или обнуляем здесь, либо идете там с трупов, забираете БК с ножами, режьте хохлов. Это ж смешно. За нашими спинами наши города, наши семьи, наши дети. Все мы хотим хорошо жить, у нас прекрасная страна. А когда к нам курица-мутант заходит, двуглавый петух, и пытается нам прокачать и поставить под свои флаги, то живите, у вас мало проблем в вашей стране. А? Так как человек, который не может жить в нищете, может навязать другому точку зрения, что будьте как мы, ориентируйтесь на нас. Но это же смешно. Хорошая такая у нас эстафета вы передаете между собой. Ваши ощущения и ваше мнение, стоит ли сюда идти?
Не стоит.
Я хочу, чтобы война закончилась, чтобы я имел вообще.
Я мусора оставили в покое.
Что кто?
Мусора оставили в покое.
Понял. Мы поговорили с вами. Слава Украине, мужчины. Знаете, что надо отвечать?
Героям слава.
Молоток. Ты получишь сникерс. Все остальные не получат сникерс. Давайте дружно. Слава Украине.
Героям слава.
Ukraine has struck an S-400 air defense system in the territory of Russia's border Kursk region with the use of US-supplied ATACMS long-range missile, Ukrainian media reported on Monday. The attack that was launched on November 23 has killed 5 Russian officers, including a commander-in-chief of staff in Bolshoy Zerovo settlement in the region, a Ukrainian Telegram channel reported on Monday. 3 employees of Almazanty JSC, state-owned weapons manufacturer, were fatally wounded during the attack. In addition, 92N6E radar station and 2 launchers were also destroyed, according to the report. The General Staff of Ukrainian Armed Forces has confirmed reports about the destruction of an S-400 air defense system in Kursk. According to the General Staff, the strike was carried out by units of the Ukrainian Armed Forces missile forces in cooperation with the defense forces. The Russian Ministry of Defense previously reported that on the night of November 24, Russian air defense forces destroyed and intercepted 44 Ukrainian drones over the country's territory. There was no mention of missiles. However, the governor of the Kursk region, Smirnov, announced the downing of 2 missiles. It should be noted that Ukraine started using ATACMS long-range missiles in its attacks deep into Russia after Biden administration lifted limits on Ukraine's use of this weapon last week. Homes and businesses were left flooded on Sunday as Storm Bert continued to batter communities across the UK. In West Yorkshire, one father described terrifying moment he and his 11-month-old son escaped from a sinking car after it became submerged in floodwaters. According to British broadcaster Sky News, Andre Randalls was driving with his son Luca to his home in the town of Todmorden when he said the vehicle went into what he thought was a shallow puddle of water. The vehicle began filling with water and Randalls was able to wind down a window and get both him and the youngster to safety. "I've carried him above my head to make sure he doesn't touch any of the water or anything to try and keep him dry and warm," he said as he described the ordeal. In the Welsh town of Pontypridd, houses and shops were flooded as residents struggled to evacuate the area and save some of their belongings. Some expressed their frustration over the defenses put in place by authorities to try and prevent homes from flooding.
A flood defence instead of a Harry Potter fence. Do your job, what we pay them money for.
As you can see, National Resources Wales have just replaced the railings back again. He doesn't do anything. As soon as he goes, he comes in through there
It
again.
looks nice.
8 o'clock this morning I was told to move my car, and I moved my car safely, but 8 o'clock this morning, but it was already coming in.
Yeah, so bit on the side.
Well, I'm gutted. Obviously, it's how long is it going to take to sort it out? I mean,
I've carried him above my head to make sure he hasn't touched any of the water or anything to try and keep him dry and warm.
To think that I could have actually lost them both makes me a bit emotional. Yeah, it's really scary. It's just a horrible thing to think about, isn't it?
The water had messed up with the electricity in the car. I think now, like, would the windows have wound down? Would I have had to spend time trying to smash a window before the water got too high? It's scary to think about.
They know the wall, you know, needs hiring, but yet they're not prepared to put any funding into it. And every year, you know, we sit here in fear, not just us, you know, but the older people as well that live on here, and they sit there in fear every time it rains, it becomes heavy because they think they're going to get flooded.